Sign up to the SBR Network and use your free daily bet points to earn real-world prizes. Click on the page and start winning now. Hi, welcome to SBR Forum Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. We are previewing the main card of UFC 173 right now with returning guests Nick Kalikas and Brian Heminger. Nick Kalikas comes to us from MMAOddsBreaker.com. And Nick, of course, is a very well-respected MMA odds maker, consultant for numerous sports books, and Brian Heminger is also a contributor for MMAOddsBreaker.com. And right now we're going to discuss Takeya Mizugaki and Francisco Rivera. Right now at 5 times, Mizugaki is minus 170 and Francisco Rivera is plus 150 on the other side. And I'm thinking that Rivera is not getting nearly enough respect here as an underdog of plus 150. You know, Mizugaki was one of these guys who was a win-loss kind of guy, and now he's won 4 in a row, but not really in dominant fashion. And Rivera is a great puncher. You know, he's a super powerful striker for a bantamweight, could easily get a knockout here. And he, you know, sort of had a little bit of a shaky start to his career, but he's had a lot of impressive knockouts recently, kind of on the rise. I think I'm loving Rivera at plus 150. Brian Heminger, what do you think?
I'm not quite convinced.
Okay.
I think Rivera does have the power. That is his big equalizer. But on paper, I think that Mizugaki is just a little bit better in all areas. He's more technical. I think he's better on the ground. He's better with submissions. I think he's just as good in the clinch, and I think he's got a better gas tank. So I think, and Mizugaki's fighting the best he's ever fought in his entire career right now. So I actually like Mizugaki here. As I mentioned in the previous video, maybe a parlay with somebody like Robbie Lawler. But I definitely do think Mizugaki at minus 170 is a pretty fair price. I think this guy is on the verge of being a title contender.
Nick Kalikas, have you gotten a lot of action on this fight?
Yeah, especially early on. I mean, the line bounced up over 2-1, way over 2-1. If I'm not mistaken, it might have even been 3-1 for Mizugaki. Now the line's come back down to reality a little bit. So, again, even support because Rivera is getting that action back here. But it's another tricky fight because I think Rivera, first of all, is just overrated, honestly. He's got that big knockout power. Man, that seems to be a kind of a trend on this main card. A lot of these guys are capable of we're going to see some knockouts, definitely, and a lot of these guys are capable of producing it, and Rivera's just another one of those guys. I mean, tremendous power on the feet. His boxing's legit, no doubt, but his defense is what worries me. Mizugaki's a pretty solid striker. He doesn't get enough respect as a striker, in my opinion. And if you look at it, I think Mizugaki's also the more well-rounded fighter. I think he can mix in some takedowns, possibly get top control. Another little flaw in Rivera is definitely his cardio. I mean, it seems to be improved a little bit, but I'm not quite sold on him yet. I think there's more question marks around Rivera right now than there is Mizugaki. Mizugaki has been one of these guys that UFC's gave him some solid competition along the way. Actually, I think they've expected him to get beat more often than he has. He just keeps on getting better, showing that improvement again by putting in the work, and he's a solid, well-rounded fighter. I think on the feet, he can actually outpoint Rivera. So Rivera doesn't get the knockout. I'm not surprised at all. Mizugaki's probably going to win this fight.
All right, so then this might be shaping up to be one of those classic hedge situations. You take Rivera by knockout or maybe even by first-round knockout and hedge that with Mizugaki just to win. What do you think about that, Brian Heminger?
That wouldn't be so bad. Maybe even a Mizugaki decision. As we've seen throughout Mizugaki's career, I mean, every single fight except Cole Escovedo in his UFC career, which is I think 7 or 8 fights now, have gone to decision. So he is a very talented guy. He's a very well-rounded guy, but most of his fights, they go the distance. So maybe even a Mizugaki by decision prop against Rivera by knockout prop.
Yeah. So Brian Heminger, if I had to pin you down on a one pick here, a prop, a side, or a total, what would it be? Be Mizugaki by minus 170?
Yeah, I like that a lot, so I might parlay it with something, and if the line continues to drop like it has been, then it's probably straight bet material as well.
Okay, thanks so much, guys.